Hello, good morning. Gary Champion, Psychic Medium. I have two things for you this morning. Um, one's not nice, and one I'm not sure you want to hear. But here goes. Uh, People have sort of found their way to my YouTube site and began to argue about things, express political opinions or whatever, religious opinions, and back and forth arguing about it. And they're not around anymore because I blocked them, deleted, whatever. My side is not for arguing. I'm trying to give readings from the other side that might help you. And I answer a lot of questions on there. And I give little free readings every now and then. It's not a place to argue. Because then it's like my dog's bigger than your dog. And it goes on, and I've seen that on other sites, and it goes on and on for weeks and weeks and weeks arguing about whether, are the Beatles better than the Stones? The people arguing about that since the 60s. Does it matter? It's just music. This is the same thing. Democrat, Republican. I'm sort of liberal, I'd say, in my approach. But I have voted for Republicans in the past. Might do in the future. But I'm telling you what I'm getting, not necessarily what I believe. So if you find people disappearing, it's because they're arguing too much, or they're spamming me and giving me 16 things in a row expressing an opinion. You're just taking up a lot of space. Say it in one. Say it in one message. You can't get it. And you insist and insist and insist, and pretty soon you're clogging up what's really important. And your opinion about these things is not why I'm here. It's my house. Don't come into my house and argue. I wouldn't do that to you. Yeah, it's a place for healing and helping each other. And the people who are on mine are usually that way. That's their purpose. They offer advice to other people on the YouTube account that someone will say something, and the other person will offer some advice that's constructive and positive, and that's what the site's about. It's not about my dog's bigger than your dog. What does arguing do? It doesn't change anybody's opinion. So keep it to yourself, or hit that little unsubscribe and take your ass on down the road. And that's harsh, but I've had this thing up 3 different times and taken it down simply because it just got too much like that. And I didn't want to fight it, so I just deleted the channel, which I could do again. I don't know. I'm trying to help you guys with as much information as I can give you. Okay, part 2 is something you might not want to hear. And I heard it clearly this morning, wrote it down. Usually I get phrases or I get a word or I'll see a part of a movie saying what the future is. In this case, it was just words. And there was a lot more words than I normally get. Normally you get 2 or 3 words or a word. And I've packed up all my belongings and moved across the country to start a new job with 5 words. I tried to count on what I heard. I heard them day after day. So in 5 words, I changed my entire life, which is what I've been saying, that life's changeable. If you don't think it is, get used to what you're seeing. What I heard was, it will happen again in the not too distant future from Africa this time. So I believe we're in for another pandemic of some sort. Stronger, spreads quicker, more dangerous, deadly. And I believe it is in the animal kingdom again. I'm seeing forests and trees and big trees and lush, beautiful place. I believe it is in the animal kingdom. It may be monkeys. I have no idea, but it seems like it's in that kind of area. Um, and then someone said Sudan, and I think that's a desert down there. I'm not for sure, but maybe this is switching. This is possibly switching to something different. There's going to be this on a new topic. I just thought I had one, and then all of a sudden got something. It's going to be a rise of a new Messiah-like person in that area, espousing old beliefs, traveling from town to town, looking the part. It's kind of a quiet person. He's more of a minstrel. You know, he goes from town to town spreading things, passing out pamphlets. And I think it has to do with raising money. And I think it has to do with housing and things like that. He's a good guy. Dark skin, olive. They're saying olive skinned, and he has blue eyes. I don't know if that's common there or not, but he has blue eyes and dark skin. And to look at him is startling. I'm seeing his face, and it's very startling. Like, wow, he's different. And his energy is good. Yes, he is going to keep some of the money. Messiahs have a right to make a living, but he'll be a preacher kind of a guy. And he'll be saying things in a new way that you've not heard before. It's a kinder thing. And it'll be quite influential in his own area. I believe he'll publish a couple of books. I believe he'll travel around. He'll do seminars. I hate to talk about a religious figure, but I think he's not that. He's maybe a combination of that. He's a well-meaning, scholarly, very bright, piercing eyes, yet kind, long hair, and he does wear a robe, although I think he also wears suits with a tie. And he has many followers because people are fed up. I think there'll be attempts to kill him just as soon as he shows up. His intentions are positive, and is from the people. He's from that region somewhere. Overall, has a positive effect. And his thing is, if we pull together, we can do almost anything. Clean water, housing, that's what he's about. And he might even say, for too many years, foreigners have come in here and tried to show us how to do these things, and it's just not our way to do them that way, but we can do them this way. Educational, has nothing but good intentions. He's not, he has a different philosophy. I don't think I know what it is without. It has something to do with life without repentance. I'm not even sure what that is. Anyway, the negative thing about kicking people off my YouTube side, that's just self-preservation. That's all that is. And then this, which I think is positive. Also, the new virus will spring up in Africa. That's not good. But this CDC didn't watch my videos, but World Health Organization, Center for Disease Control. You know, we use so many anachronisms, it's hard to know who's what. You don't know whether you're talking about a Chevy car or a major organization. That's who it is, World Health Organization, Center for Disease Control. They're going to be more vigilant after this one. And for us to defund them is just stupid. They take so little money and do so much. As soon as something pops up, they're the first ones to analyze it, and they're aware of it and begin to work on it immediately and disseminate information. There has to be an organization like that for this to work again. Otherwise, we stumble around looking like idiots like we're doing now. What's working? What are we going to do? What's this? We'll close everything. We'll open everything up. This vaccine or that. We're just like ants around here scrambling around. That's why those organizations are there. They're supposed to coordinate things. If we let them, if we say, no, that's not right, and slap them down and take their money away, that's political. That's not reality. Anyway, there needs to be an independent group, not subject to recall or firings or no one's influence, just under their own umbrella of infectious diseases. That's what they're saying, infectious diseases. Because these things have killed millions of people. We're just seeing the recent one. And nobody even knows. 20,000 in America, 40,000, probably more like 100,000 have died from this. We just don't know. We don't know how many people are infected. But they begin to set up these things. And it needs to be an independent organization. I believe they're going to try to do that too. This has taught them a lesson not to take money from people who want to tell them what to do. Like if I have my business and I'm doing this and someone said, here, we can give you some money. Okay, give me some money. Then they start telling me what to do. I say, thank you very kindly. Here's your money back, and stick it up your ass, because that isn't how it's done. Government we have gives people money and then demands that they do what they do, what we want them to do, instead of what they should be doing, which sidelined them for a month. And that's how a lot of people died. And you shouldn't have that on your conscience. They're an independent organization. They clearly see things differently. Our government sees things as all political, and money has nothing to do with anything else. They're not going to view it from that way. They're going to view it from how many people can we help the quickest and what's the problem here. So I think in the future, there'll be 2 or 3 little organizations that'll pop up with independent funding from somebody like Bill Gates, who says, yeah, we need this. Bill, if you're listening, do that, help that. Okay, again, the world's not looking at this video. I'm not important. I'm some little guy from Texas. World Health Organization is not going to see this video. Just you. And I do appreciate you coming to my website and helping each other. It's a forum for helping each other. Someone will say they lost someone. One of you immediately jumps in and just is so kind, and relieves that pain in that person by you being that kind. That's what my YouTube account's about. It's not fighting over who's the better idiot. Because if you're in politics, you are an idiot. Forget about it. There are good idiots and bad idiots, but they're all just all about getting elected and money. Everything comes down to money. If we didn't have money, and I tried to think of this the other night, what would change? Everything. People would be pursuing what their life goals are without any need to have a job to pay for it. We'd just all be doing our own thing the way we want to do it. Some of you would sit in bed and die. Some of you would invent cures for cancer. Money's a restrictive thing. You can only do so much without it. But I viewed it the other night. I said, take money out. What happens? The guy that wants to build houses can just start throwing houses up. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.